Hi everyone, welcome to Yellow Cottage Soapery. I am going to be making a soap called, well, the fragrance is called Lick Me All Over, but I don't really like that name, so I renamed it Dirty Housewife. I don't know why, it's just what came to mind. I think it's funny. I called my husband and I texted him, I said, give me 3 colors that you think of when you think of a dirty housewife. And he said, red, black, and white. And I said, okay. Of course, black is my nemesis color because black oxide seems to get all over the place when I use it. But I've got some activated charcoal mixed up there. And then red, I mixed up this. It looks really pretty. It's kind of a dark red. For this, I mixed 4 different micas, and it was on the Soap Queen channel, or the blog, I believe. She did a test to find the perfect red, and there was tons of different ones, and she told you what she mixed to get that particular red. So this one I mixed electric bubblegum, Merlot, tangerine wow, and fizzy lemonade. Now she had her proportions for it, but it was for a large amount and I didn't want that much, so I just kind of added a little of that, you know, little here, little there to try to figure out exactly what color I wanted. And this is a little darker, but I thought it was really pretty, so I'm going to go with it. And then I added gold, too, just because I'm really into gold lately, so I added that. I'm going to attempt to do a secret feather swirl, which Zahida from Handmade in Florida, it's one of her signature techniques, and I've never done it before. I'm using my 5-pound acrylic mold, and you're supposed to have dividers in the center to put the colors down the center. And I tried to cut cardboard and it just wasn't standing up right, so I figured I'm just going to try to do it without dividers. Now I have smaller molds that actually have the dividers, but I had this size batch mixed up, so I decided that I'm just going to go ahead and try, and if it doesn't turn out, I'll try it in my mold with the dividers. So that's the plan. We're going to go ahead and get started. The base is going to be white. I did want to try to add some sodium lactate to my coiled lye. I know it's almost gone here, but I really need more than this. I think you're supposed to do 1 tablespoon per pound of oil. So this is not going to be enough, but I'll just add what I have of it. I just want to see if it helps harden my bars a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I moved my camera up. I hope you guys can see a little better. to cut my Dirty Housewife soap. And earlier when I checked it, it did have a little bit of soda ash on it, which I don't know why. I don't usually have that issue. But I steamed it off with an iron. I watched Great Cake Soap Works did it before. I think she did it with a tea kettle. But I used an iron, and I put water in it and just plugged it in, let it get warm, and just steamed the top of it. And it seemed to work fine. And of course I cut a piece earlier because I'm anxious and I wanted to know what it looked like. But you can see on this piece right here, it kind of looks like a sideways leaf. So if that's what it looks like inside, then yeah, that's what I was going for, not a feather. I was going for a leaf. But I'm only going to cut like 1 or 2 pieces because it's really not ready to cut yet. Of course I unmold it way too early, and I probably won't cut the rest until tomorrow. It's really not a feather. It looks like a leaf. And I will be honest and say I am not a fan of this fragrance. I don't know. I actually am going to take this in the other room until I finish cutting it tomorrow because I have to use my table to wrap soap. And it's really strong, and I don't know. I think it would probably give me a headache after a while. But I'm going to have to do it in my smaller mold with the divider. And also I think because my hanger tool that I used is thinner than this one that I would use if I use my mold with the divider. This one's thicker, so I think it would probably make the feather more prominent. But I kind of just decided to do this on the fly last night, and so I think it turned out okay for just doing that. It's definitely not a feather. So I cannot say I have conquered the feather swirl, but these colors are not colors I normally do either. I don't use a lot of the black, but I think the red is pretty. It stayed nice and red so far. So I think I will cut the rest tomorrow, but I just wanted to show you real quick how it turned out. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.